Alrighty. So it looks like everything's finally working, which is good enough for me because that's you know what is a VTuber stream if it's not scuffed before stream or during stream? And maybe even after stream. We'll find out. But hey, everybody, thank you for joining me today. This is our first ever live play of our Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign, Sand and Shadow. I am your Dungeon Master EK on the Turtle VTuber, and with me today are some of my lovely friends. You may notice that there is a missing person in the center slot here. Something came up, and so we're just going to let them have their time, and then hopefully they'll be able to join us again in our next episode. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and introduce every one of my players here, starting from my left. So, starting from my left here would be our lovely little pop cat here, Mafia.
Hello. Wait, hello. How much stream delay is there? Okay, there's a lot.
A lot,
Uh,
a lot
I
apparently.
was just watching it. I was worried that I wasn't going for a second. Okay. Hi. I'm not Mafia. Should I introduce my character now, or should
We're gonna
we
do
wait
that. We're
until
gonna do that. We're gonna do that during the stream.
during stream? All right. Yeah, I stream a couple things over on my channel. I don't know what else to say. Oh, she they pronouns. That's what to say.
Oh yeah, please go ahead and say your pronouns too, guys, if you would love to. And following suit, we're then gonna go over to Frog.
Hello. I am Wailing Frog. I am an aspiring streamer. I really need to start streaming again.
Yes, you do.
I
Yes,
know.
you do.
I know I'm bad. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm happy to be here and excited.
Awesome, awesome. Next would be one of our newbies, Lumi.
Hello. My Oh my goodness. Hello everyone. My name's Lumi. I stream on Twitch from time to time. I don't have a coherent schedule. Pronoun she they. That's it.
Woo! More gorilla streaming. That's what we're all about here. And and finally, a good personal friend of mine. This is Rune Phantom. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my band.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Rune Phantom. I'm live on Twitch 5 nights a week. I just play video games for a few hours after work. Pronouns are he, they.
Awesome, awesome. And you guys can just call me a turtle. There is no gender pronouns. It's just turtle. So just a couple of things to be aware of that I do have one new redeem for those of you who are new to my stream, or those of you who haven't seen my stream in a very long time. I do have a new redeem. It's called it should be called Turtle Wizard Magic. I'm not going to tell you what it does, but I am going to say that it's out there if you guys want to see it. I will be keeping my eyes out on chat, but for the most part, guys, I do apologize if I don't directly interact with you guys. I am the Dungeon Master, so my main goal is to keep a focus on my players and make sure that they get the information they need, they get immersed in the world, and going forward from there. So, but if you guys want to chat, more power to you. I appreciate you guys just being there. You guys just reacting to things and just being here means a whole lot to me, honestly. This is a huge dream for me. And so, hey, there it is. Oh, I forgot to remove that. Well, I'll fix that later. Oh, you know what? I could fix that now. Hold up a sec. Oi. Let me see here. I'm gonna just move that alert box as soon as I figure out where that alert box is. We're gonna leave it there. We'll leave it there. So just
Fair
a few,
enough.
yeah. So just a few things to go over. So you may have noticed that there's this weird thing on the right-hand side of your screen called an inspiration pool. So in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, they have a mechanic called inspiration. It's supposed to incentivize players to really role play their characters, get into their characters, and then the DM rewards them for their role playing by giving them an inspiration. What it allows them to do is that it allows them to roll an additional d20 on any d20 roll, and then they can choose between the two results which one they would like to use for their roll. I forget inspiration is a thing 99% of the time I DM. So I've decided to take a bit of a cue from the Fate system of role-playing tabletop games, where you have a pool of inspiration. So what it is that I take little icons here, which I have these little cool inspiration cards here, and the players get one per player that's in the session. I had it defaulted to 5, so we're just going to pretend there isn't a fifth one there. But so the players have a pool of 4 inspiration throughout the session. When they use an inspiration, I get an inspiration, and then I can use that for d20 rolls that my NPCs that use, such as ability checks, saving throws, things of that nature. And then it goes back to the players. It's supposed to incentivize them being able to use the DMs. It's supposed to, I mean, not DMs, to use their inspiration frequently, but also worrying about the idea that, hey, there might be a roll that even me, the DM, could get advantage on. So just to let you guys know, you guys have a visual for that if you see it, so make sure to use those when you want. But just remember, I will be getting those inspiration points as well, but I will also cap myself. I will only be allowed to gain 2 points of inspiration, so that way I'm not hoarding them.
All right.
Now, another thing to note.
Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing to note, just a bit of lines and veils here. Some of our characters do have aspects of body horror, and there are aspects of some phobias. So if you have any phobias that involve insects, arachnids, body horror, things of that nature, do be aware that my players are. We understand our lines and veils, but this is just viewer discretion. That is something to be aware of. If you guys are uncomfortable with it, this is your warning. I'm getting that out of the way right now. This is your warning. We do be using that. I try not to be too evocative in that imagery, but it is something that is key to the themes of our players in some aspects. So just a heads up. But with that out of the way, though, I think we are able to begin. So let us continue from where we left off. So, where we last left off our party, you guys had banded together to try and apprehend a thief known as Azir. You know them to be an Air Genasi who had a scar running across their chest from their right shoulder down to their stomach. And you guys were able to gather information throughout the city of Blazvatan, and you were able to narrow down your search to the menagerie warehouses on the southern end of Blazvatan. Thanks to Squarb's assistance, gaining assistance with the first company of the Skada Aldin, the military police in Abu Kanasta, you, along with Company 6, your unit, the Sunhawks, were able to create a perimeter to prevent anybody from escaping as you guys made your way into the night and started to investigate where this potential thief could be. If you guys remember correctly, you guys were efficiently eliminating, well, at least apprehending the 5 potential suspects that went into the menagerie warehouse in the middle of the night, which each of you being able to seamlessly knock them out with only 1 person remaining. However, when you guys looked at them, you noticed that they didn't have the telltale scar. None of the bodies that you had knocked out had the telltale scar. It was then when you encountered the final one, who erected a massive sphere of wind that made it impossible for you guys to penetrate, even with Serena's strength and with everybody's ability to just try to nick into it. And then, thinking quickly, Visper used her Burning Hands spell and engulfed the sphere of wind in Inferno, only to have the perp disappear as the fires dissipated, leaving you guys with an empty menagerie and a group of now captured thieves, potentially. I will say it has been a long rest, so if anybody took an injury or needed to get their spell slots back, you guys have a long rest here. And now it will be the dawn of the next day. We're going to start in one of the holding facilities of Blazvatan, and we're going to start with Squarb. What are you doing today? And could you please describe your character to us?
Absolutely. So my character is an Arakakra who stands at, if I recall correctly, 5'2". He's a very proud-looking, he's a very proud eagle-looking type, and is currently. Where is my description? Here it is. 16 years of age. He is a member of the city's guard, otherwise known as the Coin Guard or the Skada Aldin, and works alongside the 6th Company, the Sunhawks, who specialize in rapid deployment and expeditious problem solving. So, as far as starting the day, I think what I need to do first is I need to report to my superior officer exactly what happened last night. So I'm going to try and track that down.
Yes, certainly. So, your wingmen Minaj and Persephone had filed reports that previous night, and you are just now turning in the reports to your SO. Uh, your SO is currently behind a locked door in their office, handling various other files and things of that nature. And also, it seems as though you can look inside their office, which is basically just think of a typical like Reno 911 sort of thing, where it's like a box, right? But instead of like steel and windows, it's just wood, and then they have and then they just have glass panes where the windows would be, but it's soundproof.
Mm.
Um, so they appear to be on a magic call of some sort. You can tell because they have their hand raised to their ear as if they're receiving a telepathic message. It
I will
takes
wait patiently.
Yeah, it takes a few moments until they look over and they recognize you. They motion you to step inside, and then you can see their hand twist as you hear the lock just undo itself, allowing you entry in.
All right. I will step into my commanding officer's office and clasp my hands in front of me respectfully, doing all of that, like standing at attention stuff.
Mm-hmm. The commander is sitting there at the desk, and she's going, "Yes, no, I understand. I'll have that report in by the afternoon." "No, I don't think there were any injuries reported." "Yes, I understand, sir. We'll take care of it right away." Understood. Goodbye." uh, Squarb, what are you doing today?
Well, I figured I would start my day by dropping off our reports from last night's raid.
Right, I should have that somewhere here. You notice her desk is stacked with paperwork. She's got like three different boxes across, just scattered across her table. She's got a dresser that has even more stacks of paper on it. The only thing of note that you recognize is she has her signature harpoon that she no longer uses since she took on the post of commanding officer. She has this harpoon that's placed on a placard just above her desk, and then she also has a single um, framed not diploma, but a single framed like commendation that just says for honorable services and distinguished what's it called, for honorable and distinguished services. And it's just like this very nice elaborate gold placard sort of diploma sort of thing. And she looks exhausted. She looks like she hasn't slept in 3 days, but she's kind of scrambling around in her papers, and then she goes, "Oh, there it is," and then she kind of just quickly glances at it. "So one of them got away, right?"
Yes, we were attempting to apprehend Azir, the spice thief who had stolen from Saik, and we had received a tip from Kassar at Niela's Nook that he was to be found in in the warehouse that we raided last night. During the raid, we were able to incapacitate 5 of the Ganassi thieves. However, one of them was significantly more magically adept than the rest and was able to escape using a burst of practically hurricane force wind.
Okay, that's a little bit more powerful than I expect from a typical Air Genasi of the tribes. So we're looking at least somebody who's got training.
At minimum. For what it's worth, you know very well how capable I am, and I could not pierce that veil even slightly to approach and arrest.
Indeed. All right. Well, I also show on the report here that you had civilians assisting you in this endeavor.
Indeed, the aggrieved party in this case, double checking name, Serena, the owner of Stiffs and Boards, had decided that they wished to attend, as well as someone else who was interested in seeking Kassir, a rather pale creature by the name of Violet. We also had assistance from a dwarf whose name I did not collect, and we also had the assistance of. I'm uncertain how to describe her other than a very dark elf.
I see. All right. Well, if these parties are involved beyond simply just personal reasons, then the best case scenario that we can do is we can make them temporary members of the Skada Aldine and have them join in the investigation. They did any of them have any more information than what we had during our investigation?
No, the majority of them have the same information that I gleaned during our search.
I see. Then in that case, okay. Have Minaj do some door to door. Let him just get some information on that case. Have Persephone do recon and just do a patrol. Meanwhile, I want you on this case. We can't have somebody, even somebody as simple as a daytime robber, get away with something like this. It looks bad on all of us. So I'm gonna put you exclusively on the case.
I will humbly accept the responsibility, Commander. For what it's worth, I don't think this is just a daytime robbery. This implies that there's something much larger going on.
Well, I
If-
haven't been one to deny your instincts before, so who am I to stop you now?
If you are suggesting that we allow the civilians on our case, I do suggest that we provide at least some form of equipment to them, or at least something to make sure that they're not going to immediately get hurt. Is it possible for us to provide any kind of potions or anything like that, just in case?
Um, yeah.
I understand that our budgets are tight, but...
Well, I just submitted for a budget increase, honestly, with how much we've been having to deploy in the last couple of months. And with the migration of the Scarab cities in the next month or so, it could be coming in sooner rather than later. So we'll see how it goes. Here, let me write something down for you here, and it takes her just a couple of seconds here. She writes down a notice that basically allows you to go to licensed vendors that are more keenly attuned to the Skada Aldine, who can provide you with certain equipment, such as potions and some better equipment, should you guys seek it. It does say that there's a credit limit of 200 gold, so that's meant to be distributed amongst all of you. Any remaining gold will be returned back into the coffers of the sixth company.
Thank you very much. Is there anything else that you need from me at this time?
She pulls open a small box, and then she just hands you a set of earrings. And I wasn't able to find the magic items in all of my research right now, but I know they exist somewhere. But she says, make sure you give these to the civilians and have one on you at all times. These will at least keep you guys in connection with each other should you be separated. So you can just put in your inventory scorp that you have a set of sending earrings.
Okay.
So they work like sending stones. So they cast sending spell to anybody who's in the same connected link with you guys. So long as you are wearing the same earring and it's magically attuned to the same, I guess, magical wavelength, you guys have effectively comm radios.
All right. I will go ahead and add that custom item into my backpack now.
Yep.
If there's nothing else, Commander, I will stand at firm attention and as I do so, and then turn tail and distribute tasks as needed.
She simply just gives you like a very half-assed salute before she returns back to her paper. Moving along, we're gonna go ahead and actually, since you mentioned it, we're gonna go to the stiffen board. So, Serena, what are you doing this morning?
So Serena, do you want me to describe her too?
Absolutely.
All right. So Serena stands at 6'5". She's 280 pounds. She's very large.
You big woman.
All I wanna
Skin like sandstone, bronze in color. Piercing gray eyes that kind of look almost like gemstones, and marbled encrusted rocks across her, just randomly across her body. She is tiredly working on the last body, the Earth Genasi, that she was interrupted for working on before.
I forgot I gave you an Earth Genasi body
Yeah,
too.
you did, and
I
also
that was a mean roll. I did not. That should not have been a thing. That was a very mean roll on my part, but I'll
it's
take it.
okay.
I'll take that L. But
So yeah, she's trying to get it ready by this afternoon because that's when she told the gnome that it would be ready
mhm. Okay.
for the necromantic ritual.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and just quickly give me a medicine check. Uh, adding a medicine check. You're proficient in medicine, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll give you advantage of it.
Okay. During this medicine check, I would also like to see if the core is still inside or not.
Yeah. I would say if you're looking for that specifically, yeah, you can definitely. That's why you'll have advantages because you know Earth Genasi or Earth Genasi. What's the word I'm looking for? Anatomy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say geography, and I'm like, that's completely wrong on multiple accounts.
All right. Here we go. First roll. All right.
Dang.
Wow, a 21. Also, say your rolls so that way people, because I don't have it up on the
Oh.
thing. So yeah, so please
Yep,
be
it's
sure to say your
21.
rolls. All right, yes, it's 21. Wow, that is an impressive roll. Okay, so yeah, with a 21, you notice that the core is still intact.
Small sigh of relief, and then I'll start inscribing the necromantic runes.
What would you like to do with the core, though? Is the main question here.
So I'm just going to leave it in the body.
Okay.
It's extremely disrespectful to remove it from a corpse, so
Understood. Yeah, so you don't need to roll for the necromantic runes. The 21 is more than capable enough to handle that.
okay.
You would know, however, because you are of Earth Genasi descent, that while you were examining the body, checking for the core, you notice that this core is tainted.
Oh.
Yeah, there's something particularly wrong with this core.
In that case, I will remove it.
Okay. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw
Oh,
as you
okay.
as you reach for the core.
Okay. Oh shit. That's another 21.
Jeepers,
Very
Christ.
nice.
Where were you last week with these rolls? I can see this is the kind of night I'm going to be dealing with today. Yeah,
Now
no,
it's
so
on
Oh, yeah.
stream, which means it's important.
yeah, as long as
Right?
it's on stream, we know it's important. So as you carefully reach in to the chest cavity of this Genasi in order to get the core out, a streak of what you can only describe like a bolt of lightning coursing through your veins, just surges through you, but you kind of shake it off. You think it might have just been, jitters, because this is
Right.
kind of your taboo. This is your tribe's taboo. But you do carefully remove the core and you set it aside. And then you continue your work of inscribing the runes onto the corpse. I believe I said you had I believe that's all the corpses you had for this week, correct?
Yep. Just the 2 necromantic ones and then the 1 just regular burial.
Awesome. Okay. Then with that in mind, you are good to go. What would you like to do now that you've finished your work for the week?
I would like to go to where the Air Genasi hang out to hire the messengers that I need to let the people know that their bodies are ready.
Awesome. Yeah. So you make your way to the Fountain Plaza, or the one closest to you, and you do see that it's because it's still in the morning. It's relatively peaceful this time of day. It's almost like the calm before the storm. There's only like a few people kind of walking around. The sun is still rising. It's cool. It's a cool period of time where the heat hasn't actually hit the city yet. Shops are still just barely opening up, and you do see one or two of the or no, one or two of the air genasi, um, just sort of setting up their busking section.
I'll walk up and kind of clear my throat and go, I am in need of 3 messengers.
Both of them perk up, and then they go, "Oh yes, certainly. We can get another guy if you want. It will just take us a minute to just race back to our camp." Um,
Yep, that's fine. I remember how this works.
okay, cool.
And
And
we're-
one of them just waves the other person away, and then they immediately just, in a gust of wind, they just dash into a back alley.
So how's your guys' morning going?
Well, honestly, it's been really cool here. I mean, the fountain is providing us with a lot of cold air right now, and then the sun's barely rising, so thankfully no heat yet. How about you? And like he stands right up to your navel. Like he's definitely one of the shorter air genasi you've seen.
Please.
Yes. Please. Um, but he looks up and he goes, "So what's the message you need sent, ma'am?"
I need, and then she takes out the names of the people and hands them to their genasi. I need them to know that their bodies are ready.
Oh, and he kind of quickly scans over the names. Oh, this is for a necromancer's order.
Yep, 2 of them are, and then one's just a regular burial.
Oh, okay. As soon as he folds the note, two of one of that same air genasi that left, and then another one being dragged behind, just rushes over. Oh, I was still asleep. What's going on? We had work. What's going? Yeah. And he kind of like just like just slowly rips the small bit of paper so that way each one of them has the address. Uh, necromancy, funeral home, necromancy. Uh, when do you need this done by?
Preferably before this afternoon. That's when I said that the latest it would be done. And here is 5 gold each for each of those.
Awesome.
Dang.
So they all graciously accept the 5 gold coins and they pocket it into their. I can't remember what they're called. They're not parachute pants. They're not harem pants. I hate that term, but they're definitely the baggy pants that Aladdin wears. So if somebody wants to look that up and tell me what the name of that article of clothing is, please let me know. I would love it. But they have that pants, and they're like, "We'll get it done right away." And
They
just
are explicitly referred to as harem pants.
I hate that. I hate that that's a term. Um, so they go, "We'll get that done right away," and again, just you feel this swirling of wind race around you as their legs begin to slowly lift up, and then just they're just gone.
Perfect. Now to go rest. Then I'm gonna go walk back to my store.
Awesome, no problem at all. Uh, we're gonna go back to Dead End Labor now. Violet, what is your morning consisting of, and can you please describe your character to us?
Yeah, of course. So Violet is a reborn warlock, undead warlock, because I like being able to follow along character builds in D&D podcasts. Yeah, so I have extremely pale skin compared to the setting. Everybody else around, and it's pale because it's rotting. And I am a zombie. Um,
Zombie.
and that will be a very frequent reminder. I'm wearing sort of a coat. I have a cool hat on. Um, yeah. My morning. I'm kind of just hanging about Dead End Labor. Maybe like a bit later on, I've gone out to do just some light investigation work on my own. Nothing too, uh, I guess, intense or will get much anywhere.
Right.
There's some like, oh hey, are there any Urgenasi around in the market stealing things?
Yeah, certainly. So, you notice as you are kind of just meandering around. You said you were in the store, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're meandering around the store, you see Hansy, the reanimated hand, at the front desk, kind of nonchalantly flipping through a catalog, and you see a couple
How
of
does he
the
see?
and then you
How can
see a
he
couple of
read?
the how can you read you only for you to find out later.
That's not Braille.
But the best part is that Hansy is looking over rings. Hansy is looking at various rings from across Abu Kanasta's catalog, and you also see a couple of the skeletons. One of the skeletons is sweeping the store, but the broom is backwards, so they're
Ah.
sweeping with the stick. And then another one
I'm just
is
gonna like readjust that.
so the skeleton just like kind of like you hear the cricking of the bones look at you confused as you just take the broom and you just flip it over, and then it it's like it has sentience because it kind of has that it opens its jaw a little bit like an aha moment, and then it just nods very slowly at you before going back to doing the exact same motion but now with the broom properly in place.
There we go.
You see one of the goblin skeletons that was most recently resurrected is currently trying to place some books on the shelf that you guys have on display, but it just can't reach, and it doesn't realize that there is a step ladder for it just off to the side.
I guess I have to fix everything around here.
You're the
Uh,
most intelligent being in this
yes.
store.
Uh, yeah.
Welcome to
I mean,
being the most
there's the
intelligent being in the.
accountant, I guess.
I mean,
But
yeah,
uh,
there's the homunculus.
uh, yeah, I'm just gonna like put the stool over like right in front of the skeleton.
Mm-hmm. Uh, the goblin skeleton looks over after it hears the of the step stool and goes looks up at you, and you can't tell if it's smiling or not, but you get the sense that it's smiling at you as it then like slowly wobbles its way up onto the step stool to put the book away.
There we go.
Uh, Another day in dead end labor. But yeah, you were looking for rumors of if there are any other Air Genasi who have gone stealing stuff, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, sure. Or actually, I'm just gonna expand my net a little bit to like any like recent thieveries that would come up as like sort of related to our
Yeah.
investigation.
Yeah, go ahead and if you would like, you can either roll an investigation check, or if you're feeling more inclined, I will let you roll just a flat charisma check.
That's better for me. All right. So that is gonna be a 7 plus 3, 10.
10. Okay. Uh Going around and just kind of talking to the few people that are awake at this time of day, just going about their business. You mostly just get the same rumor about like how Saeed's spice vending or spice market just kind of got raided the other day, and how the Scottish Aldine just quickly handled the situation. But you don't hear any rumors about any more Air Genasi becoming a rogue in the night and just stealing more things.
Yeah. Oh well.
Hey, Frog, give some of the luck over, would you?
I could have inspirationed, but it doesn't seem worth it.
Like I said, like you guys, so it's a pool. So you guys have four of those collectively. So okay, so with that in mind, is there anything else you would like to do while you're out about in the town?
Uh, I don't know. I guess I'm just sort of like keeping watch around the what's it called? The marketplace, I'm gonna say.
Okay, certainly. Uh, then finally,
Maybe
we'll.
buy a few things for like what are they called? Like chores and stuff. I don't
Oh yeah, yeah, for
errands. That's
yeah,
the word.
your errands. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. While you were running your errands, we are now going to go to our final player for the evening. Uh, Let me see here. Visper, where are you after last night? And can you please describe your character? Now, I should note, you did say you were building a small little, like, campsite, I think, in an alleyway at one point, but
Yeah.
that's what's 2 weeks ago in my memory, so you're gonna have to refresh me on that.
Yeah, I was currently build I from what happened last time, I built myself a little shelter out of like sticks, like how, they doing like those cartoons and whatnot in the middle of an alleyway.
Hey, man, whatever
And
works.
and so what I'm currently wait, should I describe how my character is first?
Absolutely, as soon as you're
Or
able.
okay, so I'm gonna describe how my character is. So my character is 4'9", has green eyes, has like this moon dust type skin tone,
Mm-hmm.
has long white slash silver hair, and wearing what is it? Like this kind of like crop top that goes like from the neck down, kind of, and has like these long puffy sleeves that turns into basically a dress essentially. So that's it for like the character. So what I'm currently doing right now is that I am currently just finished getting something to eat
Ow.
from from a nearby eatery.
Yeah. So you still are in that alleyway next to the tavern that you decided you wanted to live not in but out of.
What can I do? I love to sleep underneath the stars.
You know what? More power to you, girl. Ain't nobody gonna tell you how to live your dream. Um, so you mentioned, so you went back inside after getting, so you did do a job earlier. You did do a job where you had to get information regarding a specific air genasi, and you were justly rewarded. So yeah, you used some of that money to pay for a meal. Go ahead and just deduct how much gold, how much coin did I give you? Do you have that on you?
Um,
We
I'm. Where would I find that at?
On your
in
character
your
sheet, it would be in
inventory,
your inventory.
and then the top right of
Okay,
that
inventory.
square.
I have 87 gold right now.
There you go. Go ahead and you can take 1 gold out of your inventory for me, and then that will be your breakfast fare.
All right.
Oh boy, my rolls are going to be good today, I guess.
Okay. Removed it.
Awesome. There you go. All right, so yeah. Would you like to describe your breakfast for us as well?
Hmm. So the
What does
breakfast I
Vesper
had.
eat?
Rocks.
So
Rocks.
so the breakfast that I had was it's like this type of like tea. I think like what is it? I'm probably saying this wrong, but green leaf tea if you understand.
Yeah, green tea.
Um I also had like what is it? It's like waffles but kind of not. It's like this what is it? Protein waffles. If you
Wow.
understand.
Yeah, I know what a protein waffle is, sadly.
Yeah. And then let's just add eggs to it.
There you go.
Dyed green eggs.
Dyed green eggs.
Are you also having ham?
Is ham on the
Yes.
menu? Green eggs,
ham is on
ham,
the menu.
protein waffles, and green tea. I love it. This is the world
Delicious.
this is the world we live in. Excuse me. That's weird. All right. I think that's out of my throat now. My die rolls suck today.
I have stolen all the luck.
Apparently, yeah. Guess we know what your next feat is at 4th level.
Not that one.
Not that one.
That one.
So, Vesper, while you're eating your breakfast, you do notice some of the mercenaries that are just kind of meandering there, still looking for work, and you do hear some whispers of people talking about uh, the incident that happened at the menagerie warehouse the other night. Some of them are saying things like, heard the Scotter Dean got another bunch of thieves last night. I mean, it's nice to have them in there, but like also, what were they doing in the menagerie? I don't know, but I heard one of them got away though. What? Really? Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but didn't you hear that like storm that was going on at the menagerie the other night? I wasn't anywhere near the menagerie. Oh. Yeah, I heard somebody was like causing up a hurricane or something, and next thing I know, they're gone. Is what I was told, anyways. Shit. Guess Scott and Dean are going to be searching all over the place then, huh? How do you react?
I react as like, while eating my weirdly disgusting protein waffles. I think, wait,
You ordered them. What do you mean disgusting? You ordered them.
I didn't know how they were gonna taste. I wanted to try something new. But anyways, I was like, oh wow, that's exactly what we did last time with
That's what we
what is
did.
it? The odd the odd little party that we had
Yeah.
with a group of members. I don't really want to intrude on their conversation, but I am intrigued.
Certainly. Do you wish to dig deeper into the conversation? Do you wish to keep listening, or do you wish to do something else?
I think I'm going to listen in more. I don't think I'm ready to intrude on someone's conversation.
Certainly. Those are just some of the whispers you've been hearing around you. But if you would like to do a bit more, go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can pick up any more loose lips around you while you're eating your meal. Also, this dice is going to prison. That's a bad die now.
All right. I got 12.
12. Alrighty. So you kind of pick up just more of the same. Like, hey, I heard the Scott didn't let somebody go, or I heard that X, Y, and Z. I heard there was another theft earlier in the night. At the same time that the Scott Dean were doing a hit at the menagerie. I heard there's just been like a string of thefts recently that Scott and Dean are just letting go for some reason. They just can't seem to catch this person. That's mostly what you're hearing. Just very offhand rumors, nothing substantial. But those are the kind of rumors you're getting. That one's
Interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, hi, I just realized we got raided. Snowfire, Raiders, mahalo for the raid. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us today. We're playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, so I do apologize if I don't interact with you guys too much. I am trying to keep the players engaged, but I hope you guys enjoy this show, and I hope you guys stay along for the ride. Alrighty, so, with that in mind, what would you like to do with with these rumors that have been just going around recently?
I feel like that I might just try to get a little bit more information and whatnot, and basically ask like where these rumors starting from and whatnot. Basically trying to find the source.
Trying to find the source of the rumors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say that would require you to talk with some of the NPCs in question who are spreading the rumors. So you do have a couple
So
of
I will do that.
yeah. So you do have a couple of groups to go with. There's two groups in particular that seem to catch your attention, from at least what you've been able to hear. There's a group of these mercenaries that are sitting around. They're kind of an eclectic group of people, and thank you. I'll take the applause. And then I should probably turn off those sound alert redeems. Um, and then there is a group of dwarven miners who have just returned from one of the various mining facilities around Abucanasta. Which one sounds the most appealing to you?
Dwarves that just came back from mining.
Okay, certainly. So you see these four very gruff, very well toned dwarves covered in various grime with their pickaxes firmly planted into the wood floor, and they look exhausted. They look like they hadn't stopped mining for a few days. They seem to have just gotten back out from a shift, and they're just currently drinking their breakfast beers, just going about their day. And then they look up at you and they go, "And what can we do for you, lads?"
Oh, I want to see if you have any information about a current rumor that's going around about hold up. I need to rejog my memory. Hold up.
You're good.
I got a brain fart. Can you repeat what's going on currently? Sorry, I had a brain fart in
You're
the
good.
middle of it.
You were currently investigating rumors related to a potential chain of robberies that may be linked to the Air Genasi in question that you guys encountered last night.
All right. Hello. Sorry to basically ruin your breakfast, kind of. I just have a question about a rumor that's been going around about these robberies that's been going on recently. Do you have any idea what could be starting these rumors?
One of the other dwarves perks up. Well, there's not too much we could say. After all, we've been in the mines for the last couple of weeks before the Great Migration happens again in a month's time. What I can tell you, though, from what I've heard, is that they're just kind of going around stealing a bunch of random things. I heard the other day that they just stole some spices for like a funeral or something. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that the other day though. Before that though, they had stolen some weapons. Small scale stuff, nothing bigger than maybe a short sword, but like still, it's pretty crazy if they're stealing weapons. Oh yeah, well I heard that they were stealing gemstones, rare ones too, like diamonds. The stuff that we've been mining for the past week and we haven't had any luck finding. Hey, now easy up, all right? Just a lot of bad luck. You know how hard it is to find those.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Do you have, by any chance, know what happened to those items afterwards, after they were stolen?
Well, from what I recall, some of them were retrieved. I think. I'm pretty sure the coin guard handled that, and I believe that some of the other stuff has yet to be found. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Honestly, miss,
Oh,
you're asking the wrong kind of dwarves here. We just got back from work. We're just trying to enjoy our breakfast beers and be on our way because we got another shift in. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. We got another shift in 2 hours. Okay.
oh, sorry. I completely understand. But I just wanted to know.
Yeah, certainly. If you really want to get information, you are in literally the city that has like more informants than a thieves guild, right?
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I really didn't know because I literally just stumbled into this place a few days ago, so I'm still kind of new around here.
Oh, well, welcome to Blazvatan, one of the scarab cities of Abucanasta. Keep your coin purse close to your body and try not to be too weird. And then he kind of looks you up and down. "Ooh, well, just try not to stand out too much."
All right, got it.
Uh, so I will say that for you, Visper, you would actually know that you had spoken to an informant the other day. Uh, you had spoken to one such informant the other day. Let me find his name one more time here. You spoke to Kassar in Niela's Nook. He was the lizard that you guys spoke with, who you said felt creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one such informant that you do have at your disposal.
Question, real
Answer.
quick. Where, where would I find this lizard man?
You would know that he seems to have a base in Niela's Nook, so you could probably find him there.
All right, that is where I am going.
Okay. With that in mind, let us head back to Scorb, who went out to collect you guys. Scorb, where are you going? What's the first place you have in mind where you would like to go?
Well, I only really know where one of my people is currently, and that's going to be Serena, so I'm heading to Stiffs and Boards.
Alrighty, so you head to Stiffs and Boards real fast, and you do catch Serena as she's making her way back into the building after she had sent her message. She had hired those Air Genasi messengers.
Perfect timing. Serena,
Oh no. She turns around. Yeah, what is there more?
you look less than pleased to see me.
I'm tired.
I don't blame you. We've all had kind of a long night.
Well, I've been
Friends.
up and prepping bodies, and I have gotten maybe 2 hours of sleep.
Ah, you should probably get more rest, but before I let you go on your way, I wanted to let you know that I've been authorized by my commander to pull you in onto the investigation into Azir if you are amenable to that. To that end, I have been authorized to provide you with an earring, allowing you to stay in constant contact with the rest of our team, and our team has also been given a small stipend in order to make sure that we're not too grievously injured.
Uh, you know what? Now that I took care of those, I don't really got anything else going on, so sure.
All right. I'll reach into my pack and pull out my little box of earrings and pluck one out and hand it to Serena. As long as you keep this in, you'll be able to keep in contact with the entirety of the team. For right now, that's only going to be me. I'm not sure where to find the rest of them.
Correct me if I'm wrong on my geography, but isn't Dead End Labor like across the street from Stiffs and Boards?
It's like 3 blocks
Sure,
down, yeah.
Sure, but Squarb doesn't know that you work at Dead End Labor.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
Serena does though, so she'll probably take him to there after
Excellent.
this. So,
Yeah.
Serena's gonna pop in the earring, not little like she doesn't have a piercing, so she's just kind of like pushing it in.
Oh, these are more like clip-ons.
Oh, clip-ons. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank God.
Because
Yeah.
I thought about that and I realized clip-ons are better.
Yeah,
Squarb doesn't
Okay.
exactly have an ear to pierce.
Correct.
that's fair. So yeah, she just clips on, tests it out a little bit, like, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you do hear her clear as day, Squarb, coming in through your mind.
Excellent. The devices work.
Perfect. I'm assuming you are gathering up the other people we ganged up with last night.
Yes, the commander has stated that since you have already helped immensely at this point, there's no reason not to, at the very least, offer you the chance to continue helping should you want to.
All right. The only one that I know where they are is Violet, because I've dealt with their owner, master. I don't know how that works.
You have?
Yeah, a couple times. They owe me money.
Because from the last time that I spoke with them, their owner, master, what have you, is also very interested in seeking Azir. Do you possibly know why?
I have honestly no clue.
Fair enough. I suppose we'll just ask her when we find her. Speaking
All
of,
right.
you said you know where she is?
Yep, right this way, and she'll lock the door to and put on a be back later sign, so that way when the messengers get to their destinations and the people show up, they know that they'll be back.
You have a signboard that flips over that says "out to lunch," and then it has no indiscriminate time.
Yep. And I'll take Squarb to Dead End Labor.
Wonderful. You two make your way about 3 blocks down from where Stiffs and Boards is to Dead End Labor, where you see Violet, who had just finished her personal patrol around the market area, and she's returning to Dead End Labor now.
Oh, hey there. Are you here to collect the money?
No, I'm here to collect you.
Oh,
I'm here for both.
yeah. Uh, for me? All
Yeah.
right.
My commander has authorized for those of us who worked together last night to continue doing so. We've been given a small stipend to use as a team, as well as these earrings, and I gesture to the one that Serena is wearing, in order to stay in contact with each other. You're not obligated, however, I would deeply appreciate your continued assistance in this matter.
I mean, yeah, I have my own personal interest in doing this. So yeah, sure, I can join. Uh, I do need, just clarifying, I do need the Air Genasi.
Well, I suppose we can figure that out when we've claimed him.
Yeah, great.
In the interim, I suppose working together is going to get us much further than not.
Yeah, sure.
So with that, I'll pull out the box of earrings from my bag and offer one to Violet.
All right.
Great.
Make sure
Yes,
you.
I have that now.
Perfect.
Are these attunement items or
No, these are non-attuned magic items. They, like I said,
great?
they're like sending stones, but they're wearable and they don't have a charge.
Turtle wizard magic is adorable, by the way.
This was created by the very person who rated us, Snowfire. She said I can use this, and I love it dearly because she gave me legs.
Oh, it's so cute, man.
I love Snowy's art.
Anyway, sorry for derailing there.
No, you're good, man. So yeah, so you guys have all come together. Um, where would you three like to go now? Because you guys are missing 2 members.
I actually have a question for Violet before we carry on.
Yeah.
Why is it that you need why is it that you need Azir as badly as you do?
Ah. Well, I don't know.
Better
Uh,
question
to be honest.
is your boss, I guess that's the best word to describe him, in?
Sure. Hmm? He's the one who's asking for uh this Air Genasi.
Mm-hmm. I also have need to talk to him as well.
Oh, great. Yeah. He's been out for a while, so we'll
Ugh.
see what's going on.
Hmm. Well,
Uh
I
I
suppose
mean,
in
I
the
think
interim.
technically any Air Genasi will work, but he specifically asked for this one just because you know, better to get a criminal off the streets than just a random civilian.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah.
Well, I suppose that's more than I had before, which was nothing. In the interim, we have 2 others that we're looking for that I wish I had a better phrase for it, but I'm unfamiliar with exactly her kind. That particularly dark elf and that dwarf. Have either of you any idea where we might find them?
Uh
Uh,
I mean, wager and I guess we could go to some of the most populated areas in the city. Uh, places like inns and markets. Just
we
look
met
around.
them. We met them at Niall's Nook, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
I mean, that might be a good place to start.
yeah.
Interestingly enough, I wanted to go there anyway. I have some further questions for our friend Kassar.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, good as place as any. Just Scorb, I have a request.
You are free to make it, although I may decline.
Kassar is the type of person that strikes me as if he wants a body to be disappeared, he can make that very easily happen. Please be wise about your wording about questions.
I'm nothing but wise about my questions.
I mean, don't just yell out, "We're looking for Kassar," like you did last time.
It's
The
also like
second that my
pretty
questions cease
obvious that
working, I will change.
yeah, it's also like pretty obvious that you're a cop. And he's not necessarily the type to work with cops often, at least from what I can tell. You're not very disclosed about it.
I suppose I can take a back seat if I need to.
Yeah, let's go then.
Yep. Just wanted to clear that up.
Okay, so you three are making your way to Niela's Nook, correct?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. So you three make your way to Niela's Nook, and I'm gonna just roll for this real quick. All right, this dice. Okay, you're back in prison again.
Hmm.
So, uh, nothing unusual happens on your way to there from dead end labor. But you do manage to meet up with Vesper, who was also making her way to Neela's Nook to learn more about the rumors that have been going around when she was eating breakfast.
I will call out. I'm uncertain of her name, but I'm going to attempt to get her attention.
Okay, how do you do that?
You there, elf person.
That's not much better than what I had.
Oh my goodness, that is
Oh my
oh oh boy.
Okay. I I look up, quite taken aback, and say, "Huh? Who called me?"
That would
Searching
be me.
around, trying. Oh, hello, acquaintances.
I'm afraid that I didn't get your name last night, and I apologize for calling out to you in such a rude manner. I was looking for you, actually, explicitly because my commander has authorized me to bring all of us who assisted last night together in order to continue working on this case as a cohesive unit. You're not under any obligation to participate. However, we do have a small stipend that we may make use of, and I have a way for us to stay in contact with each other even when we're separate. These. And I'll pull out the box of earrings and offer Visper one of them.
Wonderful. Vesper, go ahead and in your inventory, there should be an option for you to click manage inventory.
Okay.
And then there's a small drop down that says add custom item.
Okay, I see it.
Okay, you're gonna change the name of custom item 1 to sending earring, and then you can set up the description to whatever you want it. But effectively, it's just say it functions as a sending stone, but an earring.
All right. Okay.
And there you go, and that should be in your inventory.
All right. It's now in my inventory.
Perfect. So that means everybody, save for one person, has an earring. So that should keep you all, at least without having to search for each
Wait.
other across the city.
Question, real quick.
Maybe I can provide an answer.
Can I do something with the earring?
What would you like to attempt?
Well, As you know, my character has like this little pouch, and it has a little flower on it. So it's like a stick-on flower. So I stick it on the earring.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Give it a little pizzazz, a little bit
Hmm.
more pizzazz. Yeah. So you see that Visper, she pulls the earring out. She goes into her little pouch, pulls out a flower, and just slaps it on to the end of the earring. And now she's got a nice, cute little crystal clip-on earring with a flower at the end, just dangling there.
That's adorable.
It's a little bit extra pizzazz, you know.
Before we step in, I do still need to get your name.
Oh, my name's Whisper. Also, what is your name? Because I kind of forgot everybody's names.
I'm gonna
Squarb
make
will
that
stand proudly and put a hand on his chest. Squarb Featherfowl of the Sunhawks, a 6th Company of the Skara Odin. Brah!
Ooh, are you like a cop?
Uh, sort of.
That was the most innocent way to ask somebody, "Are you a cop?"
I'm Violet.
More deal
Okay.
with investigation and generally don't engage in that kind of behavior.
All right, I make note of that. So I pull out a little notepad from my pouch and write Squarb's name and does a tiny little messed up doodle.
Squarb is literally doing the same thing.
And puts the notepad back in my pouch.
Amazing.
I have
And
one other
I'm-
question for you before
Oh.
we step in. Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to speak over you.
You're fine. I was just gonna say I'm Serena Silt.
All right, I do the exact same thing with the notepad.
I just imagine that when she's drawing these characters, she draws like a childish version of a bird. You know the one I'm talking about, where it's like three large jagged edges for the wings, and then like a single triangle for the beak, followed by three more jagged edges for the other wing, and then like it just looks like an old hieroglyph or a pictoglyph of a bird. And then when she draws Serena, it's just like a stick figure girl, but then she like draws extra large muscles for the arms.
Like those little circle bumps.
Yeah, the little circle bumps. And then for Violet, she's just sitting there and she's just drawing like she's just drawing the sun hat.
Yeah. Yes, and also to be clear, I do not have my disguise on currently,
Okay.
so I am fully zombie.
You
mouth.
have the
sort of.
exposed jaw and like
Yeah.
the very pale skin.
Yeah, some bones sticking out through holes.
Absolutely. Good to note. Oh, absolutely that stretch.
Now that I'm no longer interrupting our teammates here, I have one other question for you, Visper. What do you need with Azir?
I'm just trying to investigate the source of the rumors that were going around about the thieves and all that. Just trying to basically find something to do with my day because I have absolutely nothing planned.
Reasonable enough, I suppose.
Mm. So, what are you exactly doing over here?
We're
we were
seeking
looking-
information, and Kassar is an informant.
Oh, so that's essentially the same thing I'm doing. Yay, team!
The timing is oddly convenient.
Yep.
I love Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my goodness.
So you guys make your way into Niella's nook. Once again, it's a lot quieter now because it's not in the middle of the day. It's not evening. But once again, this wide open venue with a circular bar where you see the same two bartenders, the male elf and the female tiefling, kind of just prepping the bar for the day, and they both look over to you guys and they strike their familiar smiles, and in unison they go, "Hey, stop that!" Like
Stop what?
they were just they were yelling at each other.
Oh.
Oh.
I was very confused for a moment.
No, that's
Yeah,
Like,
'cause I
we
thought
haven't
they
even
were
done
talking-
anything yet.
Yeah,
no.
because I thought they were talking to us. Because I was about to say no.
No. No. That's amazing. Nah, they were just like, stop that. They seem to have some animosity between them right now, as they kind of just like, so how can we help you? Says the male elf.
We're here on the same business as we were last night or yesterday.
Yep,
I
exactly the same type.
Was
thought
wondering
you guys already
if
captured them though.
No.
not exactly. We didn't get the one we were looking for.
Ouch.
And we seek another.
Oof, okay. Ooh. Well, today is not my day to be the babysitter. And then you look over and you see the tiefling. She kind of like has like a burning glare at the elf. That would be me.
What's going on between you two?
Oh, just a little friendly wager, which I won, by the way.
What was the bet?
Yeah.
She pulls out the small wooden trinket again to see who has to babysit the lizard.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was going to be something more interesting, but all right, y'all do you.
Delightfully blunt. I love it.
And she goes, she looks at you, Visper, and she goes, "You'll understand when you get up the stairs."
Oh.
Does that mean we can ascend?
And she just kind of like slides the token over to you guys. Be my guest. He's got nobody else to see him today.
Oh, boy.
dear.
I shiver. Lizard man.
So you guys head up to. So you guys make your way to the stairs where you see the Coleopteryx, the giant beetle humanoid standing there, and he's just standing there. He's got his two large main arms crossed over his chest, while his two smaller arms are just kind of T-Rexing into post.
Again, Serena makes the awkward side glance to her pauldron.
Oh right, I forgot your pauldron is a Hercules beetle skull.
It's a really cool pauldron, though.
It is.
It is.
I'm glad we worked that in. So you look at it. Oh yeah, all of you can see this. You notice that he's not moving. He doesn't even turn to recognize you.
We have the token.
Hello. Can you see us? Can you interact with us? We're trying to get inside,
I'm quite
so may
certain
you
he
let
is
us
neither deaf
in.
nor blind.
Oh.
Is the lizard not taking visitors today?
You notice that the Coleopteryx is just is not reacting to anything right now. You notice that his mandibles aren't even moving.
Wow, that guy.
I'll
slick
call
as a
back to the
board.
bartenders. Is he asleep?
You see the elf. He looks over. Yeah, let's find out. And he pulls out one of the wooden cups and he hucks it at the Coleopteryx. And
Dang.
as the wooden cup flies through and it kind of, you hear a slight thunk as it hits his carapace, and then all you see is the mandibles just slowly begin to move, and then you hear a "Oh, sorry." And he looks down and he sees your symbol. "You may proceed." And then he steps out of the way for you guys.
Thank you.
Don't work too hard.
Thank you for letting us in.
You notice that one of his tiny hands gives you the thumbs up when you say "don't work too hard."
That's adorable.
Working harder, hardly working.
So you
Another
guys,
day in paradise, am I right?
so you guys make your way up to the second floor. which is basically the VIP area, the large central crystal that creates the lighting for this entire building. It seems to have been dimmed down even further, seeing as it's just still the morning, and it's. Does anybody here have dark vision? Before I really continue,
Serena does.
So
I do not.
Serena does. Anybody else have dark vision? You can see it for Visper. You can just scroll all the way down, and it should be under your proficiencies in languages, I believe.
Mine's
Where
under
would I
my.
find
Oh, your
passive
senses.
for wisdom and-
Oh yeah, it's under your
Wait.
passive senses. Yeah,
Oh, I haven't.
you have dark vision. Okay, so
Yeah, I don't.
Squarb and Violet don't.
No.
yeah,
Okay,
No.
so you two can't see shit in here, but Serena and Violet, you can make out gray figures and shapes through here. None of the miniature crystals that normally light the tables are lit, so this place is now completely dark, save for like the central dim lighting that the main crystal presents, but it's closer to the edge. So Squarb and Violet, you can see where those tables are, but you can't really see that much further in front of you without some aid. I'm now going to. Okay, and your guys is awesome. Is that perception? That is perception. Good. Oh, you both have the same passive perception. Awesome. Serena and Visper, you hear like slight skittering around the floor. Like it sounds like talons almost, or like nails on wood. There's a
Ah, nah, that is creepy.
Sorry if that's you. Can we not do the creepiness?
Kassar understands. And then he just snaps his fingers, and all the little crystals begin to light up, and you see him, and he's just directly in front of you.
No.
good morning.
Guarb will
Hello.
specifically not react.
Okay. Good morning, friends. What can Kassar do for you today?
We need a bit more information.
Yeah. So the what's it called? The menagerie wasn't there.
The person we were looking for wasn't at the
Well, there
menagerie.
were some other thief people, but it wasn't the guy we were looking for.
You saw, like, when you said the menagerie wasn't there, you saw for a brief moment Kassar's head like turns slightly like a dog when you ask it a question. He kind of like looks at you and he goes, "What do you mean the entire warehouse is not there?"
No, okay. Sorry.
and then
He
and then
wasn't
it was
there. I just skipped over the pronoun
Yeah.
in my speech.
And then he like cocks his head back. Ah, I see. Well then, why don't we discuss this in my office? Yes?
We're not in your office?
No.
Okay.
This is the dining hall.
Oh, right. It was very dark.
Indeed. He stands at upright again, and again he is now like parallel in eye height to Serena, and as he stands completely upright, his tail wrapped around his waist once more. He like to reiterate, Kassar is a very lithe individual. He's very thin. He's a very thin lizard-looking individual. He's got these deep black scales that sort of have a gray undertone, and he has a single like frill that he keeps patted down to kind of give him this business-like look. He wears this he wears very simple clothes, not enough to be exposed, but enough to keep him what's the word, decent, enough to keep him decent, as he then begins to stride over to his office space where he snaps his claws once more, and a door appears where there once was none. And then he opens it over, and then he opens it inside. Please step inside. Kassar will serve you shortly.
See you
Yeah.
inside.
All right.
You notice that his office space has been remodeled since the last time you visited. There's now a couch and like two little chairs for people to sit on. He has a small coffee table that he recently just got, and he still has his desk and his chair, but it looks more spacious is the best way to put it. Where it used to be like this cramped, almost closet-like office space, it seems to have expanded since the last time you saw him. Everything seems a little bit more spaced out, and that's why he's able to like have this coffee table and this couch.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's some magic? There's obviously some magic going on. But
Absolutely, you can roll an Arcana check.
okay.
Before the results of that are revealed, can I just go and sit down on the couch, take up the entire couch, spread out
You're
on
just
it?
gonna
You're
spread.
just gonna man spread across the whole damn
You're
thing.
gonna spread eagle that entire couch for yourself.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see what you
Oh,
got.
wow.
I'm gonna lay across it.
Oh, you're gonna lay across it.
I got a 10.
You got a 10. There's the one bad roll you get today.
Yep.
Um, I will again reiterate. You guys do have an inspiration pool if you choose to wish to use it before the results are confirmed.
I'm not gonna use it on this roll.
Yeah, this feels a bit silly.
I've done it for worse. Trust me. So
Fair.
you guys. So yeah. There's clearly magic here. This
Yeah.
is. It's clearly that this is a sort of pocket space for him to. Hey, we got raided again. Hey, Griffy Chick. Hey, Raiders. How's it going? Thank you guys for joining us today. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition right now. I do apologize if I won't be able to interact with you guys directly outside of this one moment. We are in the middle of a session right now, but thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you guys enjoy the show. My name is Ikeon. I'm a Turtle VTuber. I have my friend over here. We've got Not Mafia here, who's the pop cat.
Hi.
Go ahead and give us a couple pops.
Ba ba ba.
There you go. Next to Mafia, we have my friend Wailing Frog here.
Hello.
We have a new friend of mine. This is Lumi. She's across from the empty space right there.
Hello. People
And then-
call me a water dragon.
Nice. That's news that I didn't know about. And then we have my friend here, Rune Phantom, who is playing an Aarakocra right now. That's why he has that image. Alrighty, so we're gonna go right back into it. So yeah, there's definitely some magic here. You can't really. It's definitely. I will say with a 10, you at least know the school of magic. All right,
Okay.
it is. It's transmutation.
Okay.
So he's definitely got this space enchanted with some sort of transmutation magic, or maybe some sort of like hybrid transmutation conjuration magic that allows him to manipulate this room to see how he fits. But you don't really understand how it works. You just know that it works. So you guys, Violet, you lay down like a Victoria's Secret model across the couch, and you just take up all 3 cushions.
Mhm.
Kind of. You're how tall is Violet again?
Like 5'4".
5'4". Okay, yeah. So you take up about 2.5 cushions. Your feet are dangling just a little bit off. So there's enough space for one person to sit on the couch, but there's also 2 more chairs if you guys would like to sit down.
Guarb will cross his arms and look around the room. I see you've remodeled.
Yes. Kassar has received many a client that likes to travel in groups, so I thought it best to renovate. And he slowly begins to walk. You notice now that he's not making any sounds with his footsteps. There's no clicking of his talons on the wood. There's not even a creaking sound as he steps. He steps very lightly as he goes around you guys to go onto his desk. His hands in steeple position as he walks. So tell me, what can Kassar do for you in terms of information? He takes his tail and he whips over to move the chair just out of the way so that he can sit down before it whips right back around his waist.
Well, I suppose we're looking for anything more on this Azir fella.
Or the other Ganassi that we lost track of last night.
Ah, I see. Regretfully, Kassar does not have information on this Azir no longer.
Well, what was the description of the one who got away?
Also, my timer.
Ergonasi.
Here we go.
I don't know, I didn't get a
Barb will
very
pull
good
out his
look at
notebook
them.
and just give a quick description of that Ganassi to Kassar, describing her as, if I remember right, she was what, like 6 foot, and then just very built and had a commanding uh, presence, and definitely had like a very solid grasp on magic, like very much good at the wind magic.
Yes, so she was about 6 foot tall. She had an athletic build, and so typical to Abu Kanasta Air Janasi, she was a tanned individual with seafoam green hair. As far as you can tell, her face was covered, so you couldn't get a good description of her face, but you do recognize that it had a female's voice to it, and that she had an incredible grasp on air magic. Yes. Kassar thinks on this for a moment. He begins to lightly tap the tips of his claws together, still maintaining their steeple position. This one does sound familiar, but as you know, it is Kassar's business, and Kassar cannot give this information freely.
As expected. What is the cost?
Depends on what you need to know.
Where to find her?
Or I guess, anything else that might be related to a Thieves Guild of Ergonasi?
Ah. Ah. You seek an organization or individual?
Well, at this point, I think it's pretty safe to assume there is an organization going on, and that our friend Azir here is part of it.
Catharsis. And you notice that he looks over to one of his filing cabinets. A moment, please, for Kassar to gather the information you require. And you notice that everyone can see this. There is a shadowy claw creeping up along the filing cabinet as it slowly begins to open the filing cabinet, and then you see it sort of almost like a Rolodex, kind of like dancing between the files before it inevitably pulls out a single sheet of paper. And it just slithers back over to Kassar, who then grabs the piece of paper before the filing cabinet closes on its own. I believe this is what you seek. 10 gold.
I'll cover it.
If you're willing to, that would be wonderful. I was going to say, isn't the information that we're seeking them not enough? After all, I'm certain that would be valuable to some.
This is simple knowledge that Kassar has. But like Kassar says, it is Kassar's business to know. And he slides the paper face down towards you, but he still has his claws on it, waiting for the payment.
Yep. Serena takes out 10 gold and puts it next to the claw.
Pleasure doing business with you. And he just slowly slides the coins back over to him and into a small box just behind his desk. You can hear the clinking of the coins as they fall.
I have another question. How do you live anywhere else, or do you just live here?
This is Kassar's office.
I know, but the upper level of this place, do you just live here?
If you wish
And I
to
thought
know.
you told me not to ask blunt questions.
I want to know where I can find him if I need him.
Here.
You may find Kassar here, at his office.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But he does kind of. You do notice he has a shrewd smile, kind of like toothily going across his lizard-like maw. But should you wish to make things more personal, Kassar can make arrangements.
Fuck, dude, I
Yeah.
just spit coffee all over my desk.
My bad.
Oh my gosh.
Not my intention, but the results are the same.
I'll find you when I need you.
Okay, can we like hold up? Can we just note that during this whole conversation, I just had my legs crossed on the floor and had like my notebook just doodling the lizard man.
Yes.
And I put the picture in the tavern.
Scratch it into one of the tables.
Oh my goodness. I will gladly share that later. That is an amazing picture of of what you assume Kassar looks like in your adolescent mind. Amazing. Snake.
Snape.
Is there anything more that Kassar can do for you?
No, I think this should cover it for now. And she'll take the paper and hand it to Squarb.
Then if there is nothing more that Kassar can do for you, Kassar requests that you leave his office. He has much work to attend to for tonight's guests.
All right.
Out of curiosity, you said that you were entertaining larger groups?
Kassar said this, yes.
Interesting. That's all I need for now. Thank you.
It is always
Can
a
I have
pleasure.
Can I have the token for a moment?
Kassar
whoever's holding
simply
it.
slides the token back to you.
Great. I'm just gonna sort of in my notebook, which I've not established yet, but I might as well have one. I'm going to just uh put the token on the page, minor illusion it so that just basically an exact copy of it, and then just close the notebook to trace later.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the token is a symbol of what looks to be a lizard just curling into a circle with what appears to be a snake coming out of the tail.
Great. And it's like wood, right?
Yeah, it is a wooden symbol.
Great. So yeah, I'm just tracing the basically just exact design on the token
Absolutely.
into my notebook.
Absolutely.
While they're
Because-
closing up, I'd like to step outside and see if I can get in contact with Persephone or Minaj, one of my wingmates.
Oh, yes, certainly. You can do that.
All right. I'm just going to shoot a quick message indicating that Kassar, our informant, will be entertaining a large group here, and I'd very much like to know who that large group is. So I'll want somebody watching this establishment this evening.
Persephone chimes in. Got it.
Much obliged.
Kassar then slides the token back after you finish your tracing, as I understand it. Violet, if there is nothing else for Kassar to do for you, Kassar has business to attend to.
Yes. Bye.
See you later, Kazar.
Good luck on your
So-
search, my friend.
Goodbye, lizard man.
It's a phenomenal.
Out of
gift.
curiosity, how old is Visper?
16.
Good enough. So is Squarb.
Oh,
Mike-
Visper's really young.
Am I dealing with
Visper's super young.
am I dealing with adults or adolescents in this party? What's going on? I never checked
Squarb's an
ages.
adult for an Aarakocra.
I know
Violet
you
only
are.
has 1 year's worth of memory.
Oh dear, we have an infant.
Serena,
mean-
please, please, please tell me you're of please tell me you're of age. All right, I guess I have to rely on a dwarf and an air genasi or an earth genasi and an Eric Cochran who just came of age.
Yeah, basically.
I am-
Eric Cocker's technically an adult according to Eric Cochran.
According to Eric
Yeah,
Cochran age,
so
yes.
in this particular
Yes.
iteration, however, DM has said that Aarakocra lived to be the current human average of like 70 to 80.
Yes.
So is that skilled up mature age too? Or-
No, the maturity age is still 16 due to Eric Cochran physiology, but what it is that like my DM brain is messed up because I'm sitting here going, I'm dealing with 3 16-year-olds, a 1-year-old, and potentially just 2 adults that just don't know what's going on anymore. Like,
The party's all over
Sue,
the
why are you
place.
making chocolate pudding? It's 4 in the morning.
because I've lost control of my life.
Lost control of my life.
That's exactly how it works. Okay, so you sent in the message to your wingmates. The rest of you have left Kassar's office, and as you do so, Kassar's office door slowly creaks closed, and then as you hear the lock, you just hear, you just hear a. What do you guys do now?
Wait, I didn't
Well,
hear
we should
anything.
probably
Yeah,
read
yeah,
that
cut
sheet
off.
that we
Oh, you
obtained.
didn't hear the noise? Oh,
Yeah.
my bad, my
No.
bad.
No.
You hear a light whistling sound. I guess my whistle didn't go through. You hear a light
Hmm.
whistling sound, as if it's like the wind passing through.
All right. Yeah, I guess we should read our address that we've gotten to hunt more people.
Certainly. Squarb, do you reveal the contents of the letter to the rest of the group?
I'm fairly certain Serena has it.
I handed it to you.
Oh, I apologize, I missed that.
You're good.
I will read the sheet and out loud so that we all get the information all together.
Wonderful. This is what group content is all about. So it's a single sheet of paper clearly, and it just simply reads that it's in Draconic, so I believe everybody should be able to read it.
I can't.
I can. I'll translate as need be.
Wonderful. So it's in Draconic, and it reads that a recent upsurge of Air Genasi tribes have been have been immigrating. That's what I was looking. Have been immigrating into the scarab cities of Abu Kanasta over the last 3 months. With it, the recent increase in crime, though there has been no connection as to whether or not the immigration increase, the increase in immigration is related to it, or if this is somebody's actual machinations at work. What is known, however, is that is that 3 of the 7 scarab cities have noted Air Genasi run thieves guilds. One in Killaran, the other in Dakamal, and the final one in Thebsar.
And just to get a little refresher, we have established that Azir at least has not used his real name here in our city.
Yes, if going back to when you guys went to the Palace of Commerce to sort of ascertain information related to Air Genasi immigration, you noticed that there was no Azir in the records of the city of Blazvatan.
All right.
I have an odd inkling. Just a hunch. Something tells me Azir is a disguise, and it's entirely too early to say for certain, but my gut is telling me that our mysterious wind master that we met last night is really the one we're looking for.
isn't consistent with the story of stealing, right? Because the stealing is a relatively amateur wind magic, correct?
I mean, they knew how
But
to
a master
fly.
could very potentially make their magic look lesser than.
I suppose. Hmm.
Again, it's too early for me to know for certain. It's just a hunch.
Well, ooh,
Squarb is scratching his beak somewhat uh, malcontentedly.
Mhm.
are we gonna continue searching here, or do we want to try and look at some of these other cities?
Before I go anywhere, I have some business I have to take care of at my office.
Out of game,
All
how
right.
easily is transit between the cities facilitated?
With a
Mhm.
month away from the Scarab cities migrating, it's still easy enough to get some transportation. It's just expensive.
Mm.
So
So you would either have to already have transport squared away, or you'd have to pay out of pocket for it. Obviously, the farther you are away from the migration, the less it costs.
how much would it be now?
Currently, it stands at 100 gold per person within a month.
Huh.
However, it is worth noting, as a member of the Coin Guard, I may be able to facilitate something. I think I should take this information to my commanding officer.
I feel like we don't want to leave the city uh for now.
I
Last
agree. I don't
worst
think that we
case.
need to leave
Mhm.
just yet. However, I think that perhaps the resources of the Skara Audin might get us a lot more than we currently have.
All right.
And
You're welcome to tag along if you like. Serena, I know that you said you had business to take care of.
Mhm.
Sure, this is my main priority right now.
And we can keep in touch with each other with the earrings anyway. So
That's true.
Yeah. I am going to as we're going to the coin guard, I am going to turn on my disguise. Basically, the disguise, it's I'm still the same person. I just no longer look like a corpse.
fair enough.
I fit in a bit better.
A bit better. Um, I would also like to note that you guys did detain those thieves, so they could. So, if you would like Scorp, that is an option for you to look into as well as a member of the
That's
Scout
actually the
Weapons.
other reason I wanted to go back to command.
Ah, I see. Wonderful. I just thought I'd remind you guys of the things you guys do have available to you. Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, are you guys splitting up, sticking together? What are you guys doing?
It sounds like Serena's gonna do Serena's thing, and then the rest of us are going to the outpost for the 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
yeah, I can meet up with them in a bit.
If absolutely nothing else, we have the Sending Stone earrings.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Alrighty. By the sounds of it, let's start then when you guys split up to go where you need to go. So I believe it was Serena had business to do at her office.
Yep.
Let's start with
Just
that.
okay. Basically, just waiting for the people to come by, collect the bodies, and
Oh yes.
pass on notes from
oh.
the um one Scarl, the coin guard, because I cannot pronounce that.
That's why I have two names. This is why I have two names.
The dragonborn corpse. The notes I have on the body and stuff are the ones I'm primarily worried about, and then I wanted to also see if I can take a more closer look at the tainted core.
Yeah, absolutely. So regarding the three patrons who are requesting the corpses, they all were waiting at the front door. They one of the jackals, one of the ones that have the jackal helmets of the Skara Aldin, the first company, they're
Yep.
sitting there and they're going, "How long does it take for a person to go out to lunch in at 8 a.m.? Like, it makes no sense. Who goes to lunch this early?" And
Someone who doesn't sleep.
Me.
as you say that, he jolts straight up and he goes, um first company of the Scott Aldine, reporting in to collect a corpse.
Yep, second company from the Black Cats got him.
Perfect.
And she'll open the door and invite them all inside.
Awesome. You see that there's that gnome necromancer apprentice that you met the other day who just talked your ass off.
Yep.
He's there. He's like, "Hey, I'm back."
Welcome back. Got the Genasi for you.
And then there's a group of there seems to be a small group of what looks to be humans, just dressed in dark robes, hoods over their heads, and they all just sort of like nod at you quietly. And then the
I
gnome
nod respectfully.
And then the gnome goes, "They're new."
Yep.
Like, hey, you guys don't have to wear the hoods. You know, you can, like, we're respected in this city, right? Like, this is necromancy's normal. We don't have to do the whole voodoo witch doctor thing. You know that? And then like one of them reaches up for his hood, and then you see the leader just like reach for his hand and just put it down, and you just see them nod no. So they all head inside. You had the bodies already pre-set up before you left the office, I assumed.
Yep, that's correct.
So the Scott Aldine, he takes the dragonborn body, and he kind of lugs it over to the cart.
And I give him the notes from the what type of poison killed him and everything.
Perfect. He quickly tucks it underneath his armor so that way he doesn't lose it. The Scott Aldine thanks your services. You shall be receiving payment within the week.
Perfect.
And then it's a rickshaw. He just picks up the rickshaw and he just starts going over to where he needs to be. The gnome, he kind of gives you the finger guns. So, how'd it go?
It went all right. There was some weirdness with the corpse.
Weirdness how? What's going on? What happened?
So you know how Earth Genasi have cores, right?
Yes. He kind of was hesitant with that answer.
This one was tainted.
Oh.
I removed it so it shouldn't cause any interference with your ritual, but I just wanted you to be aware that there's some weird shit happening.
Holy shit. Don't scare me like that, all right? I thought all things were just going to go wrong.
Nope. It's all good.
All right, cool. So, I will send a homunculus over, and they will give you your payment. And in the meantime, and you just see him, like, wave his hands in, like, circles as he starts chanting. He gains like a sickly green glow about him before it summons forth a small group of gnome skeletons in front of him. They'll take the body.
All right, and she'll lead them to the body.
Yep. They grab the body, and you can hear them creak. Their knee bones just begin to creak a little bit under the sheer weight.
He frowns.
and then eventually he's just like, "Oh crap! Hold on a second. Expando El Bono? Is that the spell? Ah, crap! I don't remember. Give me 1 second." And he pulls out his book that he was reading, and it turns out that the book that he was reading is the title like slips away, and it's just intermediate level necromancy for dummies. And he's just like, "Oh, okay, okay, cool." And you just see his hands like glow with eldritch energy before he pushes it out, and you notice that the gnome skeletons begin to be reinforced, and they get slightly bigger as he had cast an enlarge spell across all of his skeletons, so that way they can grow to medium size and they can easily pick up the creature.
Okay, that's better.
That's the one I was looking for. What am I thinking? Reinforzo El Bono. What the fuck is that? Anyways, we'll send a homunculus to get you gear, yeah?
All right, sounds good.
And all that's left is the 3 newbie humanoids who are just cloaked, and they're just staring at you. You can't really tell, but
Ah.
they definitely have their hoods up. They have their hoods up, and they're just like waiting.
I forget. Did you guys want me to conduct the funeral, or were you just going to take the body to a funeral home?
The leaders turns around, and the three of them begin to converse with each other. The leader turns back over to you. We'll take it.
Sounds good. And she'll respectfully bring it out in a casket. It's a halfling body. It's not a big casket.
It's almost like taking a shoebox, but like you know what I mean. One of the hooded figures grabs it and bows to you, and then the leader hands you a small coin purse, and just sticks it out for you to reach for.
He'll gladly take it.
Yep. All right. So
And
Serena,
bow.
Serena, go ahead and add 20 gold to your inventory,
Great.
and then they all just slowly bow before they exit creepily out of your what is the building called?
Different
Mortuary.
lords.
Yes. I was looking for the actual term of the building. I
Oh,
think I
yeah,
think it's a mortuary, but I could be wrong.
I think we could just call it a morgue.
Yeah, it's definitely a morgue. So there you go. Now, you said you also wanted to look into this tainted Earth Genasi core.
Yeah.
Okay, how would you like to do so?
How do I want to do this? I think to start to see if it was tainted by magical means.
Okay, in that case, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
All right. Come on. Hey, 17.
17. Okay, so with a 17, you sort of just have your hands out, sort of like how a person views through a crystal ball. You kind of do the same thing with the Earth Genasi core. To describe the core, think of it like an uncut geode of gemstones. It is this it's rather large comparative to the chest cavity where you ripped this thing out of. Um and it's maybe no bigger than the size of like what's the fruit I'm thinking of like a grapefruit, you know? But it
Yeah.
looks like a large chunk of uncut ore or of like unprocessed gemstone. And
Okay.
The way you know it's tainted is because as you know, Earth Genasi cores have a clear crystalline appearance to them. They have a luster to them that no other gem has. But the luster of this gem, when I say tainted, I mean the luster of the gem is dimmed. Like it looks like it was smudged, or like the light inside of it was sucked out.
Okay.
With a 17 on your Arcana check, you would know that there was some magic involved, but you do not believe that this was the sole reason why this core was tainted.
Okay. Uh, Next would either be medicine or history to see if I remember hearing about possible causes of tainted cores from my tribe or anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead and I will let you roll either, whichever one you think
Okay.
is better for you. If it's I would say that if you roll with medicine, it would be from like you learning from the medicine men and women of your tribe, or if you roll history, it would be stories related to the tribe's past or your people's past.
Okay. Well, medicine is +5, so we'll go with medicine.
Okay.
It's a 13.
Okay. So, you would know that Earth Genasi cores become more cut I guess the best way to put it, more polished as they get older. Because it is effectively a way of determining how old an Earth Genasi is.
Right.
The way this is uncut, or like how uncut it is, you can tell that the person that you had interred was no older than somebody who just came of age, somebody who just
Ooh.
became a young adult. Um, and the way that that it was still unpolished just denotes that they haven't they hadn't struggled
Okay.
prior to their passing. This clearly was not something that was cut through trial and error. Like they didn't like go through a lot of hardships.
Okay.
Um, but it still doesn't quite answer the question that you were asking, which was how do I determine whether or not something is tainted? Uh,
Right.
from your what was it, a 13 you said? From your
Yep.
13, you would know that when an Earth Genasi's core is tainted, there is something either plaguing them, be it an illness, or like a magical sickness, or another possibility is that um, another possibility is that they were more than likely, given that you know that it wasn't just simply magic, they were more than likely under a lot of duress. So either like emotional duress or something like that, where it just happened all at once and it compounded,
Okay.
thus lowering the luster of the gem.
So it's just a really, really bad fucking day.
Yeah, like it was it's one of those things where like it's one of those things where like one bad day could spell ruin. And
Okay.
by the way this core had lost its luster, this kid was on the verge of breaking.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Serena's gonna take a moment and say a prayer to her god for the passing of the person.
Okay. Yeah, so you quickly do a prayer for the passing of this young Earth Genasi. Uh and is there anything more you would like to do with this core?
Um, I'm trying to think if this would be the first tainted core she's come across.
I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say because of the situation with your past, which I will not reveal for
Yep.
relevant reasons. I would definitely say that this would be your first personal experience with a tainted core. You have heard
Um,
like Serena has heard stories growing up, but she's never seen a living being with a tainted core. I guess is the best way to put it.
for now, she'll put it in like I'm assuming she probably has like a small safe that she keeps stuff in. Just
Yeah,
important paperwork and stuff, and she'll keep it in there for now.
yeah. You have a special lock room that you have in your office. That's just it's a secreted place away that only you know where it is.
Yeah.
It's sort of like locked behind a magic lock with hidden by a simple illusion where it looks like simple stone or sandstone, part of the building almost.
Okay. Yeah, she'll keep it in that room for now. Eventually she'll probably make her way to the just outside the city and give it a proper like return to the earth sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And then reach out on the sending stone saying she'll be on her way in a few minutes.
Perfect. So Violet and Visper and Scorb, are you all going back to Skada Aldine HQ or?
Yes.
Okay, so you all were going back to
Yes.
HQ. Okay, cool. You guys make your way to the Sixth Company headquarters, where, as I described it to Squarb, I'll describe it for you guys again. It's like a giant watchtower with where above is these various on off ramps for the Sunhawks to disembark and return to from their scouting missions. Uh, and where the majority of the building is located is this very square, almost neo-militarist, like built sandstone building where Squarb walks you guys in. As you guys enter, you'll notice that there's a bunch of various Skada Aldin members just kind of racing back and forth. You see some people at desks doing paperwork. Some of them are kind of running around handing out paperwork. There doesn't seem to be any rest period, I guess is the best way to put it. Nobody seems to be resting. Everybody seems to be working.
All right. So what have we got to do here? We've got some prisoners to uh interrogate, and
Mhm.
well, I guess Squarb, you have some stuff to fill in. Uh, I guess here, Visper, come with me. We'll take care of the interrogation. Squarb, you do whatever you need to do.
All
I'm
right.
fairly certain you'll need for me to be present with you for that.
Hmm. Ah, fine.
We'll take care of
Uh,
the interrogation first.
okay.
Okay. So Squarb, you would know that normally you guys have an interrogation officer on site. Um, and you do see them. It is this large, uh, cat-like humanoid. He stands almost as tall as as Kassar, but he's just bulky. He's this massive lion-like humanoid who's just sitting across the table from one of the Earth Genasi. And he doesn't seem to be doing anything. He's just sitting, waiting patiently. Um, and you would know this person as interrogation officer Lee, who has been doing this job for, as far as you know, since you've been here. I believe he. Are you back? We're gonna find out.
Uh-oh.
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 Well, we're gonna wait for Squarp here because it looks like he's back, but we will see what happened. He said his Discord died.
Oh no.
But hey, that's you know what? Ups and downs of using the internet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, but we will wait for him for a little bit. But I guess we can continue with the rest of you guys, so that way we can. So, but you two see this. You girls see this.
Yeah.
You see this large, like, just this very large Leonin, because I don't have a in-world name for them yet. But you see this large Leonin just sitting there, staring down this what looks to be no older than like a 15-year-old Air Genasi kid who is doing nothing but looking down at the table. And what would you two do as you guys are looking into this?
So like we're looking in on the room like through a window thing.
Yes. So how it works is that like they basically have this interrogation room, and it's more like a chamber than anything else. Like it's built like a sphere, right?
Mhm.
Or like a semicircle. And you notice that where a light would hang is a crystal that just hangs overhead that seems to be floating with three smaller crystals rotating around it, creating almost like a chandelier effect. Um, Inside the room is just this very large wooden table with two chairs, one for the Leonin, one for the kid, and and the kid is currently tied down by shackles that are
Wait, what?
that have been uh, nailed into the ground, so that way he can't escape
Okay.
or make an attempt
Okay.
to escape.
I'm gonna knock on the door to get the Leonin's attention.
Same.
Okay, so you knock on the door, and the Leonin, you can barely hear anything, but you just hear a looks
Yeah,
like
his internet's dying, by the way.
okay, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a bummer.
Mm.
Um, then why don't we do this? If his internet is dying, and we do kind of need him for this interrogation, do we want to call it early here? Because I also know that Lumi has to go soon.
Mm.
Mm.
It's weird
I
because it says
say
he's in the call.
Yeah.
That's why I'm confused. I'm like, it says he's in the call.
Maybe we just keep going for another like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And if he's not back by then,
Okay, certainly. So you just hear like a
I'm sure
snarl.
we can have 10 minutes worth of content without him.
Oh yeah, we can probably do that.
Mhm.
I just don't want to leave him out. You just hear a snarl behind this large metal door, and then he steps away. Oh, you can still hear us though. That's good. And he steps away, and then he just opens the door, and he sees you two, and
Hey.
and then Squarb.
Hello.
One moment, and he just closes the door behind him.
Hello.
Nope.
Is this one of the people that was picked up during the raid yesterday?
Yes, he is one of the perps that we caught last night. Are you back, for fandom?
I seem to be, at least for now.
I will take what we can get.
Great.
So,
No idea what's going on because it's a clear day outside, barely any wind, so it's probably just Comcast.
gotta love it.
Oh.
Mm.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. It's okay. So, but where were we? Yes, yes. This is one of the perpetrators who was caught last night.
Great. Well, I'm gonna go interrogate him, and I'm just gonna step in.
Just
Quar will as well.
he kind of like steps to the side and goes, "What?
We
And I'm
have
just
some
gonna close the door
questions
before he
to
can
ask.
respond.
He grabs the door and he goes, "Featherfell, you get permission for this?"
I will
Yes.
after the fact.
Close the door.
Yes, closes the door.
Ah.
You can barely hear it, but you just hear him mumbling, and he goes, "I'm gonna get shit from the commander for this." And
I'll take
28 stab
responsibility.
wounds. I'm sorry.
and then he just kind of sits over. You guys can see him, but he sits on the other side of the glass, and he's just kind of like sitting there waiting for you. Scorb, you would know that this room is enchanted. That the 3 crystals that are floating above you are emitting a set number of spells. One of them is emitting a zone of truth. The other one is, I gotta find it because it's been a while and I didn't write them down because it was at 3 a.m. when I made this room. One of them is creating a alarm spell, so that way anybody who tries to break in will not be able to unless they have been given the go-ahead. And another one is creating a... Where is it? What the hell is the name of the spell? I wish I had written it down. Curse my sleep-addled brain at the time. Curses.
Sheesh.
I love my sound alerts. I love my sound alerts. They're great. And then another one is one that you can turn on and off. Oh wait, no, not that one. That's a different room. Don't listen to me. That was a different room. That's a different room.
That's okay.
Um, and this one and the third crystal is producing the spell Borrowed Knowledge. For you and the two girls. So just in case for each spell, obviously Zone of Truth is they can't willingly tell a lie, but they can skirt around the truth. And then since you are a member of the Skara Aldin, in this instance, Squarb, you would know whether or not they are. You would know. Borrowed Knowledge allows you guys to gain a proficiency in a skill that you lack for for the hour in which you guys have your interrogation. So you guys can choose a skill in which you guys are not proficient in. In this case, probably persuasion, intimidation, or something else that you believe you would need in order to get the information you want out of this kid. And
I'll
then
grab insight for now.
and then the other one is Alarm, which is basically just a precautionary spell. It's just to make sure that nobody's trying to like suddenly burst through the door or something.
Great.
I will borrow proficiency for persuasion. I already have it for intimidation.
Okay. Thank you, Rez. Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing my best.
So yeah, let's sit down with this kid here. Hey, how's it going?
The Air Genasi just continues to look down as his hands are tied down to the chains. Hi, cat. I love you too. Get off me, please.
Well, so let me promise you this: you're young enough, nothing's gonna happen to you.
Warb
And
gives Violet a sideways look.
and especially here if you tell us about your boss. Just we don't need anything more than where it is. You're going to be completely anonymous, completely safe from any danger that giving this information might uh, ensue, either from the coin guard or from your boss.
Mm-hmm.
At minimum, you'll face no punishment from myself directly. You may be held responsible for your crimes, however, that remains to be seen. Your sentence may be lightened if you choose to cooperate.
I'm going to minor illusion on the ground at where he's looking, and in such a way that neither of my other two companions can see.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's
I
staring at the tables.
at the table.
Yeah, because he's
Mhm.
But he would be able to see the ground.
if
Yes?
he leaned back, he could. Yes.
So he's like really over the table. He can't like if you're
He's hunched over because the chains that are binding his hands are underneath the table. And so he's hunched over because it's more comfortable for him than if he were to lean back. Because the chains
I
were
see.
being taut at that point.
okay.
So I mean, you could probably minor illusion
Yeah.
something on the table if that's what you wish.
I want to do it in such a way where my other two companions wouldn't notice.
I'm gonna say roll a stealth check.
All right. So I think what I'm going to do here is sort of like tap him on the leg
Mhm.
with my foot, and so that it's written on the floor instead of on the table. The table's too obvious.
Okay.
So just a straight stealth check.
Yep. I will say the DC is 13 because that is the passive perception from Visper, and she's the higher of the two passive perceptions.
Great.
Mhm.
That is a 14.
That's just enough to beat it. So yeah,
Yes.
you were clear to go.
Is that for me as well? I'm sorry, it's shitting the bed a little bit again.
No, yeah, your passive perception, yeah, because your passive perception is the lower of the two. I used Visper as the highest DC for it. So
Okay.
so Visper's passive perception is 13. Yours is a 10. So that means the DC was set to 13. And she rolled a 14.
So yeah, there's a message on the ground written in minor illusion that just says, "I promise you will get out completely scot-free."
He kind of he felt a little kick to his leg, and he like leans back a bit. You notice that you can hear the clinking of the chains just a smidgen as he leans back, and then he looks down and he sees your message. And then he looks up to you, Violet.
So, would you like to give us some information about this? Your boss.
What do you want to know?
Really, just home base would probably be enough. A
Home base,
local
who they
hanging.
are, things along those
Yes.
lines.
Uh, frequent hangout spot.
We ain't got
Name?
a base.
That sounds about right. What is the name of your organization's leader?
I don't know.
Does the name Azir ring any bells?
Maybe I don't know. Listen, we were just told to follow this guy. We got paid just to do that. We weren't expecting to get jumped or anything like that.
It didn't look like you were following anyone when we found you in the menagerie last night.
Didn't you capture everybody?
All but one of you.
What'd they look like?
Tall, woman, very capable at wind magic.
Yeah, that sounds like the person we were supposed to follow.
You're supposed to
Hmm.
follow them.
So
Yeah.
they were not... they weren't part of your little band?
Listen, we were just paid to follow her. That's all we were told to do. Didn't care how far we got as long as we stayed within city limits. That was the contract.
Did you have her name or anything along those lines?
Zephyr. That's what she went by.
Zephyr. All right.
How are the others?
We haven't checked on them yet.
You're the
Probably fine.
first.
Listen, one of them's in a bad way. Can you let her go? She doesn't.
What
need
do
to
you
deal
mean
with
by
this.
in a bad way?
I don't know. She's sick or something. She's been that way for a month now. We don't know what's wrong with her. We were doing the job to pay for medicine.
We'll see if we can't get her treatment.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes. We're gonna leave now. And I do make sure to clear the minor illusion.
We're not gonna get in
Do
trouble,
you
are
have
we?
to do anything specific to clear that minor illusion?
No.
No, it's
Okay.
just
I
a
don't think.
it's like a concentration thing. You can just disengage the spell at
Yeah.
any point.
Fair enough. I just wanted to see, because I'm
Okay.
unfamiliar with how that spell works. What did the kid say? Sorry, Ian. Or, Ikeon.
Yeah. He asked, "Hey, are we gonna get in trouble?"
So is this the same kid?
It's the same kid.
I promise you will not.
You're
I
in
don't
good
think that
hands.
you can make that promise. However, given that things look somewhat muddy at the moment, once we determine the exact nature of your business at the menagerie last night, you will very likely be let go without any charges.
can I at least get these chains off me? And you can tell that he's fidgeting in his chair.
There's a proper procedure we must go through first. However, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. I guess I'll just sit here. He kind of like leans forward and he lays his head on the table. As you guys
Aw,
exit
poor kid.
the interrogation room, you come up to Officer Lee, and he goes, "So, what'd you get out of him?"
We got some information. The one who escaped last night wasn't a part of their band. They'd apparently been hired to follow her. We also got a name. Does Zephyr ring any bells for you?
Uh, I'll have our guys look into it, see what we can find. Maybe do some cross
He also
references.
mentioned that one of the kids we took in was sick.
I don't know of any kids who are sick per se. We can go ahead and check to see if anybody's sick here. I'll grab a medic real quick. So
I have a different idea.
what'd you have in mind?
I will then look towards Serena.
Oh,
You're
Serena-
familiar
Not there
with
yet.
feelings
No,
of the
Se-
body. Wait,
Serena's
what?
not
Oh,
there.
she's not here. Right, I'm dumb. My bad.
Awesome. She said she was on her way though. She said she's on her way.
But
You could
we
still
have those sending stone
Yup,
earrings.
you still have the
I'm going
sending
to send a
earrings.
message to Serena, and I'm going to ask how familiar she is with dealings of the body and if she could treat the living.
What doesn't sending have a word limit?
It has a 25 word limit.
Okay. Fairly familiar. More used to working with dead, but probably can look at a living, no problem.
Are you familiar with air ganassi biology?
Would I be?
I would say because you're kind of like a big sister to some of the desert tribe kids. I would say you've had your fair share of cuts and scrapes from Air Genasi kids who just were playing too hard.
Okay. So basic understanding.
I would like to quickly establish something here.
Certainly.
So would
Alright.
I have had enough time at some point to have to ritual cast Unseen Servant and just have that been following me around basically all day?
Yeah, I would say that you
Here.
probably would have casted it at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Like as part of your weird morning rituals that you may have
Mhm.
had, and then you would just like have a concentration on that because I don't think Unseen Servant.
Yeah.
I think Unseen Servant only lasts for so long.
It's technically an hour, but
You guys have been out for more than that, but I will say for the purposes of that, you've sort of, for roleplay purposes, I will say that you can have it up longer than an hour, solely to kind of help you with your day-to-day chores.
yeah.
And so
All
it's
right.
just been with you this entire time.
So, is there like a coat rack nearby where I could plausibly take off my hat?
Not in this particular building, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just so if we're like going over to a desk or something, I'm just gonna like have my hat on the desk. And I would like to, with minor
Oh.
illusion, scribe a message on the underbrim of the hat.
Okay, what would you like to scribe?
Bring this to dead end labor. If you don't, you will have something to worry about.
I see. Um, as you finish scribing the message underneath your head, all of you feel a large rumbling from inside the building. And as that rumbling sort of subsides, the people who have lived here for a while, you would know that that's the stirring of the scarab getting ready to migrate. Like it's one of those like weird like aftershocks that happens every once in a while, you know?
Mhm.
That's just like, oh, the scarab is waking up. We need to be careful. And so like some of the officers kind of like grab onto stuff, like make sure nothing's falling over, and that nature. and then once the rumbling stops, you guys, I need everybody here to make a strength saving throw, just real quick.
Including me or no?
I would say yes. I would say by the time this all happens, you just arrived at Scott Aldeen's 6th Company HQ.
Okay.
I've rolled
So that's
a
a
total of
nat
24.
20.
Okay,
Oh,
so Squirb rolled a 24, Violet rolls a 22, Serena rolls a 5, Visper rolls a 13. Okay, so the DC for this was 15. So
dang
both
it.
Serena and Visper, you both are knocked prone as you all feel a large gust of wind rupture through the entirety of the Skada Aldeen's 6 Company's headquarters.
oh, good.
And that is where
Oh,
we will
wow.
end tonight's session.
Wow, what a
Oh
cliffhanger.
shit! We're under attack, lads.
So
I need to see this big old end screen.
yeah. So next week, next Sunday, we will continue right there, and hopefully we will have Ember, our dwarven bard, join us in this. At that time, I have a way to get her involved if she has the free time to do so. I'm going to leave that to you, Rune Phantom, to kind of relay the message for me on that. Just whenever she's
I
got
will.
a free moment, just let me know, and
Yep.
then we will continue this again next week. In the meantime, though, let me just double check, make sure you guys all took a long rest. Nobody's injured, right? Everybody's
Not
spells,
currently.
everybody's spell slots are refreshed, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Perfect. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Then, with that in mind, guys, we are going to end it there. Thank you guys in chat. What's up?
I am going to be streaming kind of directly after this.
That's correct. That's exactly what I was going to lean
yes.
into.
Uh,
So, as soon as you get your stream set up, Mafia, I will happily raid you, and I will send our groups over to that. Thank you guys so much in chat for joining us today for our very first episode of Sand and Shadow, our Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign set in the homebrew world of Abu Kanasta. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope to see you guys next week, and I want you guys seriously to take care of yourselves. Make sure you guys get hydrated, get something to eat. We were here for 2.5 hours. That's us pushing it, realistically. With a half-hour delay, that's us pushing it. So yeah, guys, do you guys want to plug yourselves for anything like that before I let you guys go? While I go ahead and set up your
yeah, I am
plug
live
list?
now.
You're live now. Perfect.
Yes.
So,
So I am not mafia. Twitch.tv/not_mafia_. I also have Twitter and a bunch of other things. All of that under the same thing. You forgot the second underscore.
oh, I did, didn't I? It happens every time.
Yes. What was I gonna say? I am taking a quick break, like half an hour. But so the stream is going, but I'm not gonna actually start for half an hour.
Is that the one? Is that the correct one?
It should be, yes.
All right,
Currently playing one shot.
perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Great choice in game.
Well, it's not actually one shot. It's a mod for one shot because I've already played one shot. And it's my favorite game.
Mhm.
I think probably it's up there. Uh, definitely. Yeah. I'll let other people promo for a minute.
Yeah, Frog, you're up
All right.
next.
I am Wailing Frog. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Wailing Frog. I'm going to be working on streaming more, especially during October because it's my favorite month. We're actually going to be doing a fundraiser, I think, for all of that month. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics. We're still working it out, I think, so there'll be more on that. But yeah.
Alrighty, Lumi, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like plug my Twitch channel, which y'all can like do it in the chat because oh my goodness, it has letters and numbers in it, and it's complicated to say. And also,
Put it in the Discord. I'll add it.
okay, let me get my thing. But also, I have my Twitter account, which is at AnimateSpell. and whatnot. And I currently have commissions open if you want to commission me, because I'm currently trying to afford all the stuff for my rebranding because it's a lot of money.
Oh,
So y'all
sweet. Oh, sweet niblets, girl. Why did you give me this?
Oh, actually, fun fact. I'm debuting a model made by Lumi tonight, like after this stream.
I hope I got
Uh,
that right.
so during my stream. So yes, if you want to see those slime model commissions, I'm doing that model tonight. Woo.
Awesome. Alrighty. With that in mind, everybody, thank you guys again once more. Okay, I'm gonna do this correctly. So, not underscore mafia underscore, correct?
Yes.
All right. With that in mind, guys, we're gonna go ahead and raid Mafia on their stream. So be sure to give them their love, okay, guys? Seriously, spread that aloha spirit. And as for me, I'm going to be taking a break for the night. I'm going to probably just be playing Splatoon, finishing up the Splatfest.
I mean, we've all got to take care of ourselves, right?
Right, right.
Mhm.
But as for my schedule, I believe I'm not doing anything Tuesday, so because my Tuesday D&D game is being pushed back to the following week. So that's gonna be fun. But I believe on either Monday or Tuesday I will most likely be streaming again. What are we streaming? I don't know yet. That's the benefit of guerrilla streaming. We don't know until it happens.
Fair enough.
And then
Yeah,
I
that's all
will
my streams.
yeah, and then but I will do my best to post a schedule on Monday on my Twitter. So please go ahead and check my Twitter account, guys. It's the best way to keep up with my streams. And if you guys liked this and you like what we do here, please go ahead and follow everybody here. They do deserve it. They're all very lovely people. I want nothing but the best for them. And I hope to see you guys all again next week or in the next stream, whatever happens next, man. So you
Yes.
guys take it easy, and I love you all. All right,
Bye.
Stay safe. Thank you,
bye.
everybody. Good game.
Good
Bye.
game.
Pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls.
For real though, thank you so much for hosting again today,
Yes.
Ian. I will make
Thank you.
certain that Cherry gets at least a little bit caught up, and we'll see how she's doing. Just one of those bad fucking Hashimoto's days, man.
Yeah, I get it. Hold up. What's up, kid? Pizza rolls sound good. Don't they, right? Like, pizza rolls sound bomb. I don't even like pizza rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.